Hello YouTube, it is ChampionDJK coming at you again with another video, and today I've got some brand new Majorette to show you. Majorette collection. These are appearing at Target. So that's pretty cool, right? I didn't know if we were going to really get these in the US, what was going to happen with these. I've seen them on Instagram a bit. There are some influencers that have put them on Instagram, and we're showing them on there. Typically, I don't think anybody from the US, now that I think of it. So I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if we were going to get them. Then I heard they were coming to Target, and lo and behold, they came to Target. So let's talk about the Majorette collection. These look like they're going to be pretty awesome. This is the first set of cars. We got a pretty good variety of vehicles, which is really neat. Starting with a classic 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. Very nice. And I am very interested about these. So I think these are definitely imported by Jada, and they are. So they're imported by Jada. Jada imports Majorette into the US and sells them here. These, again, are found at Target stores, and they retail for $6.99, so about $7. So this is about the cost, honestly, of about a car culture car. Maybe the car culture, they cost about the same as an Auto World or a Johnny Lightning, so that kind of gives you an idea of the price point space that we are playing in with these cars. Now, Majorette's no stranger to the U.S. market. Lately, they've been in Walmarts, they've been in Targets, also imported by Jada, but the normal Majorette castings. These are all new toolings for a new series called the Majorette Collection. So Majorette is in the middle of a rebrand, and I do like the new style. I think it looks really good. So the new logo, updated line of cars. And I don't know, I think this first wave is going to be pretty successful. Now, how do we open the package? Is that going to be a challenge? Looks like it's just a card. So it's cardboard and then it's plastic. If you just pull this off, maybe we can get this clamshell open. So not too much plastic in use, but you got that. And then we have a acrylic case. That's pretty snazzy, so think about that for $6.99. Not a bad price point on these. I think these are going to be pretty successful straight off the bat. So I'm guessing that's screwed down. So, and of course I didn't grab a screwdriver to have near me, so I got to go fetch one. Oh boy, I hope I have one that's going to work for this close by, because that will be somewhat embarrassing. What is it on the base there? It's just a standard Phillips. I got a flathead. That usually works just fine. So we got the 1955 Chevrolet Bel Air. One screw holding down the car. There's our little base with the name of the car. I love that they're in acrylic cases. That is nice. That means you have a storage solution built into the packaging. And you all know that I am a big fan of that. Man, the profit margins on these for these guys have to be paper thin, selling them at that low price point of $7.99. I'm just fixing a tire here because I want to give it the best shot at rolling, because I know rolling is something that is important to a lot of diecast collectors. This actually is very heavy. Okay, it does roll. It's struggling a little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, so hang on. It rolls. It has the bounce. It's got suspension. One of my favorite features for some reason in 1/64 scale diecast is the bounce. So it's got the bounce. It's got rubber tires, which these ones are a little bit wonky. I'm trying to fix them so that it will roll. They're kind of off the rim here in the package. They're kind of smashed down, I'm guessing, onto the base, but they'll soften up a little bit. But look at that. Boop. Bounce. We have suspension. That is really cool. What else do we got? A metal base. That's metal. I thought for sure that would be plastic. It is metal. These are actually heavy. And then what else do we got? We have what appears to be lensed headlights. Okay, that's pretty cool. We've got painted taillights. So we got detail. We got a little paint flub right there. We always got to be a little picky when we talk about quality control. But at $7.99 for this, I'm going to say that's a pretty good bargain. This one doesn't want to quite roll as good. I think some of the other ones might roll a little better. We got side mirrors too. That's separate. It's a separate piece. Side mirror. At this price point, these are very nice. And actually, even at, like, dare I say, $10, $12, they probably would be still worth it, just based on the quality that we've got here. I think this is quite good. All right, let's open up the next one. I'm going in order, by the way, of the graphic on the back, left to right, top, bottom. So that's what we're doing. So just in case you're wondering why I'm doing them, what order I'm doing them in, that is why. The next thing we got is a classic, another classic car. Not quite 50s, but 60s. A 1965 Shelby GT350. So let's check this guy out. I don't know what all this is. A bunch of different languages stuff. This little thing that they put in here. No idea. Nor do I really care, I suppose. Let's go ahead and open this one up. So again, acrylic case. Nice acrylic case. It feels like pretty fairly good quality too. Honestly, it feels better quality than M2. So if you're thinking about M2 machines, and sometimes I forget about M2 because I don't really collect too much of them. I like some of their stuff, but I don't collect a lot of it. You guys know that if you follow the channel. I just don't collect a ton of M2. I don't really dog them that much, but their plastic cases do feel extremely cheap. These feel a lot better than those. Okay, this one, it's rolling a little better. Not terribly great, but it's rolling a little better. No opening features on these models from what I can tell. I don't think any of them have that. Again, metal base, rubber tires. We get a inserted detail for taillights. It's a little bit rudimentary, but it's there, and it looks pretty good. And then, of course, inserted details for the headlights as well. And, you know, details all around. Side mirrors. I mean, can you complain about it? I don't think so. The suspension, soft rubber tires. Really liking these models already. And honestly, these are going to be my two least favorite ones, and I'm already pretty much impressed. So we can imagine how the rest of this video is going to go. Probably pretty good in the favor of buying these and hoping that more of them come out without too much delay. What's going to get interesting is if these get on the pegs, people are going to buy them instantly. They're going to sell out right away when they hit the pegs. So depending on how many they bring in is going to determine how long they like sit around. So if they bring in a ton, we'll see how they estimated the demand for these. It's going to be interesting to see how that works, and that's something that buyers and for these big box stores, and I don't know how this all works, but the merchants for these stores typically don't get this right. And I don't know if it's a mix between the merchants for the stores and, you know, the brand themselves and how many they have available and whatnot, how many units they decide to sell at what cost, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens with these. If they right size production, or I should say right size importing to the US, and then they don't dilly-dally on coming up with another set. But, I mean, this is 6 brand new toolings, which is already pretty impressive, right? For a launch, I think they did quite good. All right, so the next one we got is the 1975 Porsche 930 Turbo. By the way, these do come in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 6-car set. There is 8 cars to a case. This is one of the cars that's duplicated in the case, and then the other one is the Corvette over here. Those are the two that are duped in the case, so the Porsche, definitely good move duplicating that one. I think they should have put 2 Camaros in, though. I think that's going to be the next popular one here at stateside. It's going to be the Camaro. So the Porsche is definitely going to be popular, but the Camaro is also definitely going to be popular. I'm going to lose the screw. So let's check this. Ooh, this one rolls okay. These ain't gonna be downhill racing, but they do roll. And they got suspension. And they got suspension. It's got the one little side mirror, which is accurate. We've got inserted details for the headlights. We got an inserted detail for the taillight bar, which is awesome. And again, metal base, metal body. I mean, for $6.99, it's almost like, is that price correct for this? That's a lot of value for $6.99. I'm just saying. I mean, it is. And you guys can disagree if you want to. Maybe Majorette doesn't excite you. Maybe these don't excite you at all. I think these are kind of shaking it up a little bit, if I'm honest. That's really good for that price point. You almost got to wonder how that's happening. How is that happening? I mean, they're made in Thailand. Okay, so they're made where some Hot Wheels are made. Most diecast is made in China. These are made in Thailand, where, you know, Matchbox has been known to be made in, and all of that. Dickey is a German company, so it's a German company that Majorette, that owns Majorette, let's just say, and then they're imported by Jada, which I don't know how all that works, but that's kind of the provenance of these models. This is really good. It's really good. That's a nice looking Porsche, and for $6.99, $6.99. That's pretty crazy. It's really good. All right, one I'm actually most excited about though is the Camaro. So let's go check out this Camaro. This is the 1985 Chevy Camaro. I mean, come on. The color, they picked a good color too for the first version of this. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, like the next set of 6. You know, that's always what I'm thinking about. What's next? So what's the next set of 6 going to look like? Is it going to be some of the same tooling? The tooling's going to repeat right away? You know, what's going to happen? Tooling's going to repeat. We'll get some recolors, which, I mean, obviously I wouldn't mind a couple of recolors. Just how are they making money on this? How is this a profitable endeavor? Just when you're looking at other brands and what they do and the price point they're at, and thinking that the profit margins are already pretty slim. I think I almost ripped the mirror off of this thing. You got to be careful. The plastic mirrors, that's going to be one little tricky thing with these. They don't have the They don't have the rubberized mirrors like, you know, like a mini GT would, for example. So it rolls, not great, but it rolls. You don't have those rubberized mirrors, so you could easily break them off. They are like a hard plastic. The other thing about them being either hard plastic or chrome, chrome's easy, but when they're hard plastic, you can tell that that color just doesn't match, and that might make it look a little cheap. I would argue that maybe that the wheels on this particular model might make it look a little cheap too, being that plastic gray, but overall, I think this model looks, I mean, are you really going to complain about it? One other thing I've noticed too, it's all black interiors. We haven't seen any like detailed interior, which honestly is to be expected. And I honestly do not mind that. All the Auto World cars when they first came out too were all had black interiors as well. There was black interiors in every single model, pretty much. It's like dark in there. Can't really see much anyway. Taillights, looking good. There's like a hair in there. That is not mine. That's somewhat gross, I guess, but we've got inserted detail. Looking inside there, yeah, it is an inserted detail. For the headlight, can't really complain about that. That looks pretty darn good. This model, I mean, proportionately, these look excellent. I would argue the Mustang might be the ugliest one, but that's just because maybe the car it is. But proportionately, I mean, this one looks fantastic. I am curious, though. I don't think, and maybe they are, but I don't think, I wonder if these are anywhere close to true 1/64 scale, and I'm leaning on maybe. I don't know. I mean, you'd think the Bel Air would be bigger, much bigger than the Camaro, maybe? I don't know. That might take some investigation, and maybe we'll follow up in another video when the next set comes out. Do they tell you the scale on the bottom? Reference, blah, 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 blah. They don't. And I don't see anything on the package. It does say 164 scale. So maybe these are pretty close to 164. That Corvette and the NSX looks real close. This probably is pretty close. You know how I could probably find out? Because we know, or at least it's purported to be that, what you call it, Auto World, one of my favorite cars, is 164 scale. So, yeah, we're going to say they are. Or at least this Camaro is. Yeah, I mean, this Camaro's got to be. That's got to be 164. So they probably are. The Porsche looks a little big. Maybe it's not. The Mustang looks a little small. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. But they're purported to be 164 scale. That is pretty awesome. Yeah, this is... You guys did a good job. I'm going to tell you that straight away. Real good job. All right. Honda NSX-R GT. And see, the other thing is they really were smart about this first release because they really did kind of get something for everyone. The old school Chevy guy, old school Ford guy, Porsche guy, Camaro guy, Japanese car guy. Not like the NSX is really like, you know, at least they didn't put out a GTR right away. But who knows? It's probably coming. But funny, they put out an R34 like in the first release, and then they got a race car. That's pretty cool, right? So they got a bit of a variety for this first 6-car set, and a variety that I am not upset about. Here's the NSX-R matey GT. This one rolls, sorta. Doesn't really want to roll that well. It's got the bounce. Again, the metal base. Like, I was not expecting this to be a metal base at all. I thought for sure they were going to be a plastic base. They're metal. Inserted details for headlights. Inserted details for taillights. Good detail. Pretty, again, $6.99. $6.99. $6.99. I mean, that is a deal for these. It really is. Hope the price doesn't go up. Hope the price is actually accurate. But I saw the tag. I saw the tag for him. $7. So, seems to be accurate. Yeah. Zero complaints. This is a really nice model. It seems the quality control is pretty darn good. We had that little weird paint blob on the back of the Chevy. Other than that, I haven't seen any other issues. Side mirrors, again, those are going to be fragile, so keep that in mind. They are going to be fragile model. But you get the acrylic case, an acrylic case. Car full details, suspension, rubber tires, metal body, metal base, details, lens details. $6.99. Did I tell you guys that these are only $6.99 at the store in Target? That's how much these are. $6.99. I'm not complaining. I think that's an incredible deal, really. If you think about it, if you compare them to their peers, I would say this is a big win. Big win for collectors, and I hope they're making enough money to sustainably import these, because I want more. I want them to make more models. I mean, really, what more do you want from something that you can buy off the shelf? I mean, I love Mini GT, I love other detailed models and stuff like that. You can't go to Target and buy those, right? So you got Auto World, which is awesome. You got some Johnny Lightning, which are great. Premium Hot Wheels if you're into Hot Wheels, blah, 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 blah. You know, some more premium Matchbox, pretty cool. And now these, I mean, this is, you got M2 to Greenlight. You know, there's a lot of options, but I mean, value for money. This is going to be a tough tough, tough, tough one to beat. We've got, again, metal body, metal base, rubber tires, suspension. The suspension, man. The suspension. $699. Nice. So, yeah. I'm sold on these. I think they're awesome. You guys let me know what you think. I paid for these. They did not sponsor this video. I am just that actually thoroughly impressed with these models. Again, quality control seems excellent. Value seems excellent. Model selection for the first set of 6. I mean, you can try to complain. I'm not going to listen to you. I'll tell you that right away. Favorite model? It's got to be this Camaro. That or the Porsche. I mean, that's going to be the two really ones that people are going to go nuts over. The NSX is really cool too, and honestly, that Bel Air is pretty. The Mustang's the ugliest one. The Corvette, I'm not a huge fan of that either. But man, 3 are like super wins. These are really cool. That's cool. They're all great value for the money, though. I can't. If they keep releasing stuff like this, that's this good at that price, I'm going to keep buying them. I will buy every single one of them. I just will. I don't even care. Not a fantasy casting. I'm buying it. It's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. If, you know, they can keep this up. We'll see what happens. All right. You guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm torn of where to put this video in. I could put it in a Majorette playlist. I think I might have one. If not, I want to put it in my premium diecast, premium/import diecast. I mean, they are imported by Jada, and they are premium, in my opinion. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Hopefully you can find them at your Target. First wave, I bet you they're going to come and go. It's going to be super fast. Boom, boom, boom. They're going to be gone. They're going to have to reorder, and it might take a while for that reorder to happen. I'm hoping it doesn't cost them to over-order, and then these end up sitting around. But we'll see what happens. That's usually what does happen when something's hot out the gate, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. Have yourself a great day.